guys. It's a beautiful golden hour time. And today, I don't know why I was thinking about this situation that happened to me at work a little while ago. I work at a restaurant, and on Wednesdays, we have half off certain bottles of wine. And I had this group of men come in, and one of them got like an old fashioned, the other one got, you know, I don't know, some other type of martini, and the third guy got a glass of he got a bottle of Chardonnay because it was half off this bottle. And when I went to go to the table to open the bottle for him, he said, "Does this make me seem feminine that I got this bottle of wine instead of like an old fashioned?" And I looked at him, I was just like, "No." Because it's like, I don't know, why doubt like what you are, like, you know, there's a quote that I have in my room. It says, "You're already naked. You might as well show your heart." Like the balance that we hold, everything that we hold in us at an energetic level, like it's already visible to others. So it's like, did that make him seem feminine to me at all? No, because he had like a very decent masculine energy that he was holding. And like we all have this feminine and masculine balance in us, and it's so beautiful. And I remember, like, I've been working to try and balance both of these, and I find that like the balance is it's part of our hormones. Like, when we're out of balance with these energies show up in our hormones. So like having a cortisol dominance, how does this affect the way that we show up in the world with our confidence? Like, cortisol and testosterone are at like a seesaw balance in the body. Testosterone is usually seen as like it's an anabolic hormone, so it's a growth hormone. When we think of growth, we think of the masculine side. When we have our cortisol more present, it's more of our feminine side. It's destruction, like it's mama nature, like she's coming in here, she's gonna break it down to create anew. So like we have these balances. If you're cortisol dominant, like, these energies, these masculine, feminine energies are off within the body. So over the last few years, I've been studying this a lot, studying the growth hormones of the body, because it's fascinating. Like, when you're trying to put on muscle, it's important to understand and learn and grow in what you're doing, because, you don't want to just be blindlessly lifting weights. It's like, if I could, help my body do this a little bit easier, like coming out in the sun, I'm going to stimulate my growth hormone. I'm going to stimulate cortisol. I'm also going to stimulate my growth hormone. I'm going to create vitamin D in the body. So, yeah, I thought that was funny that he asked that. And I was also thinking about, in my childhood, like, because I grew up with like a lot of boy cousins. So it was me and my twin sister, and then we had like a lot of boy cousins, and we played sports with them because they were our same age. And like my uncles and my dad, they used to like playfully tease me and my sister. They used to say, excuse me, I'm still getting warmed up. They used to say, "You run like a girl," or "You throw like a girl." Like anything, it would kind of be like, "You do this like a girl." And I think like when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, like I'm doing this like a girl. Like it's not is good enough. Like I gotta be rough and tough like the boys." So I kind of grew up with like leaning more into, I need to be in my masculine energy so that, people will take me seriously, and that it will be, so I'll be tough so nobody will mess with me. Um, and, now I'm learning to lean back into the feminine energy of that, like, your essence, like, your energy just is like, there's a quote in A Course in Miracles: "You can't escape from what you are." Like, you just are. You don't have to try to be, you don't have to try to be masculine. You don't have to try to be feminine. Like, you just are, and you're in the right place when you are feeling good, when you're doing what you love. And yeah, you just don't have to try to be anything else than what you are, because you're so beautiful the way that you are. And it takes energy to be a different person. It takes energy to wear a mask and, you know, to show up as someone different, because I learned that too, you know. Um, so anyway, I'll leave this video here. I hope that you have a great day. There's so many things that could happen at this point. Like, the possibilities are endless. You know, the people that you meet, you don't know the people that you meet. You don't know the circumstances that you'll be in. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful time period. I love the morning. And I'll leave this quote, of course. May you always be blessed with the clarity to know what is and what isn't for you. You know that your intuition is telling you yes when you have clarity, when you can say a full yes to something, you know. And if you have doubts or you're just uncertain, that's also your intuition speaking to you. You know, you don't have to fully know and understand. That's the beautiful thing about the feminine, is that you don't have to, in listening to your intuition, you don't have to fully understand. Like, the masculine likes to logically see it, logically see the pathway and understand everything. But the feminine goes by her feeling, her intuition. And if you just have a feeling that things are not right, that they're not off, that this relationship is not a full yes, then, listen to it. There's something there for you to sit with. And, again, you don't have to fully understand. You just have to understand that your body is a guide and that it's always there for you no matter what. It's been always here for you since the moment you've been born. Like, your immune system has been scavenging the area and protecting you from everything in the environment that could be a threat. So make sure that you're feeding your body those amino and the fatty acids, and that you listen to your intuition. I'll end this on one note, because I just thought that this was a beautiful occurrence that happened last week. I told this story in another video, but there was a girl who I'd met recently a few months ago, and she had just started dating this guy. And I asked her, like, oh, like, do you think, you'll be seeing him for a long time? She said, I don't know. And this was a few months ago. And just last week, she's found out that she's moving away for school to continue her education. And like, a few days before I asked her again, I said, well, how do you feel like now? It's been a few months. Like, do you think, like, you're going to get married? You're going to have his babies? And she said, I don't know. I don't know. And like, a few days later, one of her last shifts, she found out that he was actually cheating on her. And I said, man, do you remember, like, a few days ago I asked you, is he the one? Like, are you gonna get married, have his kids? And you said that you didn't know. Like, that's your intuition speaking to you. Like, you know what to look for, like, in your next relationship. Like, if there's a doubt and uncertainty, like, this could be with anything in life, it's your intuition. And learning to listen to that is, like, hard, because again, we want to know the path, we want to know everything, like, map it out for me. But your intuition doesn't work like that. It works on, do I feel good or do I not feel good? It's a feeling that you have in your body. So she had an opportunity to learn and sharpen her intuition. And sometimes I think that it was beautiful that she, you don't end up getting pregnant with this relationship. Like, you had the opportunity to learn early, and now you know what to look for in your next relationship, because we know when things are meant for us and when they're not meant for us. And they say that it's costly to ignore your intuition, and I also believe that. So I'm doing my best to listen to my own. And good luck to us all. That's all I gotta say. So if you like this video and you want to like, share, and subscribe and support the channel, follow my journey, you're more than welcome to. But as always, I wish you the best of luck.